This is SWC Spread 'em with Caution, a sports gambling podcast featuring Brandon Aptaker and Jordan Heintzman. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow.
Yo, what up? Welcome to Spread 'em with Caution. We got our boy Jordan back. His face is still ugly, but it's not as ugly as it was.
Went from a 2 to a 3.
So I'm sorry that we didn't come through last week. The real truth is that it was the holidays. Actually, that's a lie. My Mac took a shit. My MacBook just completely turned off, and I didn't have the production software to produce it. So that's what happened. I got it fixed. Cost me like $50. Thank God I live in Mexico. And I'm back and rocking. We're not even gonna go over the picks from 2 weeks ago because we had Alex hosting and instead of Jordan, and I don't think anybody did very well. But the week before that, I went like 6-1.
Yeah.
I set a Spread 'em with Caution record.
6-1 is not bad. I'd had one of my best weeks in forever, and I still couldn't freaking beat that one. So I get no credit.
Oh, that's your life.
No.
Anything new in your life though, for real? Anything? Why do you have pubes on your face?
Oh, that's because I don't going to work right now. So you
Oh,
gotta
okay.
Don't go to work stash.
Oh,
Great,
I don't go to,
good for cold weather.
you live in Southern California.
It's like 40 degrees outside.
No.
Like the coldest it's been in years.
So you're paying a shit ton of money to have bad weather?
Yeah, I pay a lot of weird weather taxes, and I don't see any damn warm weather. So we're gonna have to get some new leaders up in here to push some warm weather down.
Yeah, definitely. It's global warming. Wait.
Wait.
What? I got that backwards, right? I'm working from home now. It's pretty sick. Probably gonna get fat.
Oh yeah. You don't like to leave the house when you're working from home. It's a weird thing.
I didn't leave the house yesterday, like for one thing. I left this morning for like four minutes to go to the 7-Eleven and get a Gatorade. I didn't even want a Gatorade. I just did it so that I wasn't
Just
at
to get out
home
of the
all day.
house.
Yep. I love it. All right. Anyways, COVID has destroyed NFL.
Well, at least fantasy playoffs for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, and NFL in general, man. Like,
I just don't get
69 players in one day 2 days ago got put on COVID protocol, dude. That's more than an active NFL roster alone, 55, right?
Right. And so now you're looking at like, okay, we've got this COVID situation. You have to stay out for 10 days. Then they're like, oh shit, the NFL playoffs is coming. Let's make it 5.
Yeah.
So when you test positive on Monday, we're good for Sunday.
But the problem is that it's gonna spread more rapidly then, right? Because if the science said something else and we're trying to accommodate sports, we're just gonna make it worse. I don't know.
I just don't get why they don't put everybody in one room, make out with each other, spit in each other's mouths, and call it a day. We're no more testing.
I'd pay to see that.
I'm not watching that.
I've been spitting in people's mouths this whole time, man.
This COVID thing is funny, man, especially for the football players. Like I haven't even heard of anybody getting really sick over. I mean, they're professional athletes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it doesn't affect them like it affects unhealthy people, at least. So it's just a funny thing for me. It's weird. The rules are they're always changing. So yeah, I'm like, oh, Carson Wentz is out this weekend. But now they just changed the rules, so we don't know if he's out or not.
So they're not signing Phillip Rivers now?
No, I think Phillip Rivers he's having a better time being a coach and making his 11th child.
Oh, okay. Well, I read something about that, and I was like, no way this dude will come back for the Colts. Like, he won and done it over there.
Well, and that's what he would do is he'd come back for 1 week, and then that's it. So and then just play backup role. He wouldn't want to do that.
Nah, he wouldn't. Unless he somehow thought it would lead to a ring, which I don't think he really cares about. I think he's content.
Yeah, Philip Rivers and rings. That doesn't add up.
Not a ring chaser.
In ring.
Fuck Eli Manning. All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into this week's picks. We each picked 7 spreads that we are taking.
True.
Why is there no Thursday night game tonight?
Oh, you know what? I was just wondering that.
Is that true, or did I mess something up?
No, towards the last 2 weeks of this season, what they usually do is they split up the games on Saturdays and Sundays.
But there's none Saturday this week, right?
That's a weird one too, because to last 2 weeks of the season, you put a couple games on Saturday, a couple games on Sunday. And I don't remember that they even had a Monday night game last year at the last week. So we'll see what happens week 18. But
I don't think there won't be a Monday night game next week. Football ends on a Sunday. Regular season ends on a Sunday.
Yeah. So, but even the last 2 weeks though, it's always been on a Saturday. Like if they didn't have any games on Thursdays,
well,
it's probably
you got to realize we extended 1 week, so the previous 2 weeks from now we had Saturday games. So I think because of the extension, they had to adjust back to Sundays because of the NFL or college bowl games and stuff.
Yeah, I think if the college bowl games happen on Saturday, that's definitely a reason, because now you have conflicting interests and the NFL is not getting the views, or college is going to blame the NFL. But yeah, Thursday night games are a contract with I think it's the NFL Network, so they only have a certain amount of weeks.
And Amazon and Yahoo.
Amazon. Who's going to have the next NFL Sunday ticket?
It's 2025, bro.
Oh, it's like it's not this upcoming year, it's the one after.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 2025.
We're gonna have to look that one up.
They already decided they don't want DirecTV to have it, but I think NFL is gonna come out with it's gonna be like the Game Pass thing where they're gonna have their own service.
They should. That's how it always should have been.
NBA, MLB, NHL, they all do it.
They'll make more money doing it that way.
I know, and then we can buy the whole league for more or just our team for less.
Yeah, exactly.
And you only get the out-of-market ones. If you're local to your team, you don't get that game.
Luckily, being a Packer fan, I told myself I wasn't getting a Sunday ticket this year. Luckily, being a Packer fan, they're always on the freaking prime times.
That's not lucky. That's why you chose them.
Whoa, not bro. Not in the 90s.
All right. The first game that either of us took, which we both took, is Sunday morning, Kansas City at Cincinnati. Kansas City 5-point favorite, and we both took that. Now, Joe Burrow looked elite
until the next week. Then we're like, how does he have a job? And then
the next
after that.
Oh, okay. So you're just banking on the pattern to continue.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's not mill pattern baldness where, he has a fucking schedule that he sticks to, and it's shit the bed against good teams. Who did they play last week? He looked really good. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Did they play the Cleveland?
The Brownies. Brownies haven't been living that good. Oh, the Packers. Yeah, I don't know. That I just think in this game that Kansas City is finally figured it out. As much as everybody hates to say so, they're starting to put a spanking on people now, and it kind of reminds me of the Patriots back in like 2013 or 14. Whenever they played Seattle in the Super Bowl, they started off the season. Everybody was like, "Get Tom Brady out," and then Patty Mahomes looked like he wasn't anything in the beginning of the season. They haven't figured out, so. They ain't losing the 1 seed overall. They're not going to do that.
I definitely agree. Kansas City's on one, and I don't think they're stopping anytime soon. Seems like all the stuff that they had wrong, it looks fixed. Their defense looks so much better. Fucking Melvin Ingram finally found a home where he looks right.
I know, right?
He danced around a little bit. They needed that. What's his face? The defensive lineman, Jones. He's looking nice. And then what's really their run defense has gotten way better. And
out of nowhere, like they just figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I'm glad it did. I'm not glad it did as a Charger fan, since we were fighting for that division until we took a fat crap out freaking in Houston. Wow. Hey, we'll get to that. Anyways.
But would you say Cincinnati is a legit playoff team.
I say that they're in the same boat as the Chargers right now. You don't know what you're going to get. Put your hand in a bucket, and you might get a playoff team, and you might get a team that loses to the Texans.
If I'm playing the Kansas, or if I'm playing Cincinnati in the playoffs, I'm not too worried about it. You're worried about every NFL game just to win, but that's a team I'm probably hoping to get.
Fair. All right, Miami Dolphins at Tennessee Titans. Miami is a underdog 3.5. We're both taking Tennessee minus 3.5.
Yep. The biggest thing with this game is Miami has been on their tear.
Is this going on 8 or is this going on 9?
8. So this is 9. They're looking at win number 9. I feel like no team has ever done that, right? What were they, 1-7? No team has ever made the playoffs, starting out 1-7. I still think they're going to miss the playoffs.
Oh, that's interesting. Tua looks nice.
But look at who they've played. Like, they've gotten a couple COVID breaks from some teams they've played, which last week was one of them against the Saints. Saints had no quarterback. That dude looked so bad from Notre Dame, whatever his
Oh, God.
He was throwing ducks 10 yards down.
He was the worst professional athlete I've ever seen.
How did he was one guy that should have never made a team.
That was the Monday night game, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
he should have never made the team, but the replacements had to come in, and then that guy got COVID, and then you had to go find somebody. Dude, that guy was giving everything he had in his arm to throw the ball 20 yards down the field.
Oh my! You know what's crazy? I was watching the NFL pregame thing. I usually don't even pay attention to that, the CBS one or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how good this kid was and how they were surprised he hadn't had a spot and chance in the NFL yet. And like I was and I took the Saints. I put money on the Saints at that point.
I did the same thing.
And I was like, all right, this guy's gonna be better than the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Like the Saints overall can carry their weight. Kamara, what the hell was that, dude?
I was like, this is a kind of guy where somebody pops out, like you shouldn't have got a chance, and next thing you know, you got a Gardner Minshew on your hands, and he's doing some crazy stuff. Like that's what the thought was. That's
what they made it sound like it was going to happen. That's what the analysis approach was like. Oh, everybody slept on this dude. Now watch what he's about to do. Nah, dude, he was slow, had no arm, was unintelligent and ugly, and no, I couldn't say a positive thing about him.
Dude, he flew his whole family out to watch the game.
Because he knew it was going to be his only game ever.
They didn't have jerseys or anything. That's how new he was. I did feel bad for him, though, because he didn't get a chance. He didn't practice one time. His only practice live reps was right before the game, pregame warmups. So that kind of felt. That
doesn't alter your arm strength or accuracy, dude.
No, that was a different. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who looked at him and was like, "Yep, you're the guy."
Well, collegiately, it sounded like he was amazing, but like that doesn't translate, especially the game speed. Like you're dealing with all the best of the best DBs,
and it's the worst team.
Like it looked a lot of times like his receivers were playing defense on the ball because they were so inaccurate. They were trying to make sure it wasn't getting caught by the Dolphins.
They did plenty of times.
Yeah,
one-on-one balls, having to just swat it down.
That's sad. All right, the next game I'm taking Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh wait, why? Oh yeah, Miami. So this is the first decent team Miami has played.
But are you calling Tennessee? How do we feel about Tennessee? What is Henry coming back next week for the final week?
He could. I don't see him doing it. I see him coming back in the playoffs.
Have they sealed the deal for playoffs yet?
No, they haven't sealed it. The seed 3 through 13 in the AFC is 2 games apart.
Oh, okay. So they'll seal this week when they beat Miami.
Yeah. So if they beat Miami, he'll probably sit. Yeah, he'll probably sit the last week. But yeah, I don't know. Tennessee's a decent team. They're going to be a playoff team. They're not going to go far in the playoffs, but that's just kind of they're really kind of easy to predict at this point. And I don't see them blowing Miami out. Miami's defense is great. Don't get me wrong. Miami's offense is that bad.
Well, AJ Brown, if he can do half of what he did last week, it'll be fun.
He won't be able to do that. They're going to have to figure other stuff out just because Miami's that, like, they're going to take away your best player. AJ Green comes out and does that. They're going to have to look at one of the no-name slot guys in the tight end probably. But
all right, I'm going next one. All right, Las Vegas Raiders at Indianapolis Colts. Another morning game. Indy is a 6.5 point favorite. I love that spread. I see them winning by 10. So, and it's at home in Indy. So that's my number one thing. I think they're just a better team than the Raiders now. Raiders kind of just been on a real downhill plummet in the last 3-4 weeks since the the second set of bad news happened.
oh yeah, that's
so they're not recovering. Like Hunter Renfrow cannot be your best player. You cannot you cannot win like that. What happened to Josh Jacobs? We will never know.
Yeah, actually, he came out last week and he was looking like a stud.
Really? I didn't catch the Raider game last week. But
some great highlights last week where everybody was like, where has he been hiding this all season?
He's been had lingering injury problems, but it was kind of weird that the Raiders were almost trying to replace him with weird free agencies and Kenyon Drake and stuff. Like,
yeah, no.
To me, he's like a real RB, all down RB1 back. I thought he was that good before this.
He should be. Yeah, I mean, if it's the injuries, then that's kind of excusable. But why waste it and go out there, wait until you're healed?
Yeah, true. Like a healthy Kenyon Drake is better than a hurt Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is not doing himself a favor. Like if he's looking for a new contract and trying to play hurt, that's not going to do you. They're not going to look back at that and be like, "Oh, he had a bruise on his thigh."
Yeah, true. No, nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
All right. So why'd you stay away from this game?
Carson Wentz might be out, so he's still questionable. So that's my biggest one is I don't see Phillip Rivers jumping in there. Who the hell?
But you don't think Brissett can? Wait, is it Brissett? No, who is it?
No,
it's Brissett's on the Dolphins. It's another African American dude, I think.
I can't remember his name.
I'm pretty sure it's a black dude though.
There's still I see the Colts defense is their defense is that good.
Yeah,
Las Vegas,
and their run game.
Las Vegas on a downward spiral. Like that doesn't matter. I don't think who the quarterback is. It's just that spread alone kind of worried me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to the next thing. You're taking this game and I am not. It is the Philadelphia Eagles at Washington football team, Philly -3. Tell me why you're taking Philly on a field goal.
Taking Philly on the field goal. One, they're playing pretty decent lately. They seem like they're kind of figuring, they're not like they're in the middle tier. And I don't see the Washington football team.
Damn it.
I caught it. I don't see them being in that middle tier. They're falling apart. Gibson's not going to play this week, even though I'm not a big Gibson fan. That dude's trash. How do you touch the ball 30 times and get 60 yards every game?
He's not trash. But dude, carry on. He's not great, but he's not trash.
I don't like that guy. He gets too many opportunities for how poorly he performs. But yeah, Philadelphia, they're trying to fight for that playoff spot. So I don't see them giving it up to a football team.
Okay, that's a good
3-point spread. I just love a 3. Solid.
I love a 2.5.
I mean, yeah, if you can get that, good luck.
It might, because football team's not that much like different. You just need one COVID thing to happen to the Eagles, and you'll be at 2.5.
But then Gibson's out; it's probably going to fall.
Has this been adjusted? Gibson got announced out today.
Yeah, the announcement hasn't happened yet, but
okay.
I just got the Twitter.
The source.
Beat reporter from the Redskins.
You're beating your meat. All right,
Yeah.
Los Angeles Rams at the Baltimore Ravens. You're taking the Rams by 3.5 on the road. I don't hate your pick. If I had an 8th pick, this would be the one I took.
I mean, this one is just kind of simple because Baltimore. I mean,
are they tanking?
No, like they keep going for 2 instead of going to overtime. Like all their games are close, even without Lamar.
Yeah.
They had one bad game, but I mean,
wait, so they have no Lamar again?
he's going to play this week, I think, but
okay.
he's also going to be limited. So he's not going to be running around. So that's why I have a good feeling about this one. Rams on the road, you never know what you're going to really get. You're hoping that they just they have this streak going right now. It looks like they're building the momentum. They have the lead in the division. Are they going to give that back up? Probably not. I don't know. I just think Baltimore is just Ewy more than I think the Rams are great.
Fair enough. I would, like I said, I would have gone with you on this one. I like the Rams. They kind of pulled their head out of their butts since I used to talk a lot of crap about them. They made some questionable, well, what I thought was questionable signings when they didn't need to, and they actually panned out.
For now.
Well, that Odell thing working
in the end zone. He still only looks at Cooper Kupp.
But you still just having the other option is it helps Cooper Kupp's availability. Cooper Kupp's numbers have been stupid great since Odell arrived.
Yeah, no.
It's a decoy, yeah, whatever. And Odell's not gonna like it, and he's gonna want to leave in 5 minutes.
I think it was I can't remember, 2 weeks ago they were playing somebody. They triple teamed Odell, and Kupp was like 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown already, and he's wide open in the middle of the field again. I'm like, who do you think that they're going to go to?
Whoever they're not triple teaming.
Jesus, triple team Odell, and he's got 2 targets.
Perfect.
It's not the old Odell, but anyways,
he's still good.
Yeah, he's still he can still make a one-handed catch and outrun a couple people, but.
All right, so Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. I traded with your parents for this game, so they'll be going into my seats.
If they don't have the COVID still.
They got COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, maybe they'll sell them or something. Denver.
Game time decision.
Your parents are a game time decision?
Everybody, I'll update everybody when we get there.
All right. We are both taking the Chargers favorited by 6.5. I thought I was crazy for taking this, but you kind of justified me by doing it because you're a Charger hater.
I'm not a Charger hater. I'm just being honest. I don't see the Chargers being that great this year, but they're still a good football team. Now the Texans thing got me really flustered.
So why are you, if the Texas thing got me fucked up, I had to think about picking my own team this week against a sorry Broncos team. The thing is, the week before and the week before this Texans disaster, the Chargers were stopping the run finally. Who did we hold to 30-something yards? One of the greatest in the league right now. It's like, what happened? How did the Texans, the worst rushing football team in the NFL, almost rush for total 200 yards? Like,
they went off. Like they
weren't even throwing, and we made this Mills dude look like a Pro Bowler.
Yep. I could not believe my eyes. Not even that they didn't cover the 10.5-point spread or whatever it was. The fact that they went the other way.
We lost.
Yeah.
The Texans.
By like 12 or whatever it was.
They covered the spread the opposite way.
Yeah, they did. I could not believe that's why Vegas wins money right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious pick for me last week too.
Yeah, it was an easy one. You can't come back from that. That's a tough one. Usually you have to throw a Mac.
So I want to know why you're why you picked the Chargers to win this game. You just don't think they can do that 2 weeks in a row?
I'm not confident by any means. But I'm more confident about this one than I am the other game. So that's why I kind of went with it. The Broncos lost to the Raiders. I know that the Chargers lost to the Texans, but they seem more of a bounce back team that will get blown out and then blow somebody else out than the Broncos could cover this spread, I think.
Do the Broncos care? Do the Broncos care?
No, I don't think so. I think the coach has already been told he's probably going to get fired no matter what happens.
Are they doing the Browns thing, like a new coach every year until they're decent?
They probably should, to be honest. Fangio, right? Like, what? Dude, they call the most basic plays I've ever seen in football. Like he watches tape from the 70s. He's a defensive guy. They're gonna have to go get an offensive guy. Watch Josh McDaniels come back, get in there.
That would be cool.
That'd be weird. Two stints.
That would be good. Like that kind of run style with what they have now.
Yeah. That they got great running. If the Chargers can stop the Javonta, they'll be all right.
And Melvin looked nice last week against the.
But when he played the Chargers, he looked like poo-poo. We thought he was going to have his comeback game.
Yeah, true.
But
all right. I just think that I actually think that the Chargers are just not they're not going to blow them out, but I think they'll win by a touchdown. I think that they have a lot more reason to play right now than the Broncos, which is true. The Chargers can still, with the help of a lot of other teams, can make their way if they win out into that back into that wild card spot, which they would have pretty much sealed had they just beat the Texans.
That's great. And your playoff hopes are right there, and you get these fucking Texans. Like, it was almost like they didn't come in prepared or anything. I get it. The COVID thing probably affected them a little bit, but the loser of this game is Dunzo.
Yep. All right. So the next one is Houston at San Francisco. You're not betting on this game, but I'm taking Houston underdog 12, Houston plus 12. It's almost like I'm punishing myself for what happened to my team last week with this.
Exactly what I said.
And I deserve it. I do deserve it. I deserve to go through whatever this puts me through. There's a part of me that wants to justify what the Chargers did last week. And if they can cover 12 on the San Francisco, it doesn't make me feel as bad. So this was my seventh choice. My eighth choice, like I said, would have been the Rams, but this was my seventh choice just on the fact of how much different the Texans look than any other week this season so far. And San Francisco, not really crushing teams, just beating them.
No, that's the way they play. They're kind of like Green Bay a little bit. You just control the game. You waste the clock, long drives, run the football, short passes. Try to not turn the ball over with Jimmy G, who might not play this week. I like that. It just makes me like the game's going to be right around there, I think. Mm-hmm. And you're right. San Francisco doesn't really like to blow teams out, but just I don't know. I stayed away only because I was like, Houston probably celebrated too hard.
They're still going to be hungover.
Yeah. They're done. But
all right. Well, the next one I'm taking also Arizona Cardinals at Dallas. Cardinals underdog 5.5. The Cardinals have had 2 weird weeks in a row, but it's not deterring me. The Cowboys have what? Have they won? Have they won the NFC South yet? NFC
they did, yeah.
East,
so they just
whatever it is, NFC East. NFC East, South, North. What is? I don't remember. South. Okay, I was right.
Shit, that's the Saints.
NFC East, right?
Yep, it's the NFC East.
The East, West, South, North thing makes 0 sense. Can we get into that?
You can't have the Cowboys in Texas on the East.
You cannot have. Yeah, you're right. Like what are the 4 teams? The other 3 are in the East, right?
Texas is part of the South.
The New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles, and what's the other Washington football team? Those are all East Coast teams. That makes sense.
Those make sense. This one doesn't.
That's why I said South at first, man. I've been knowing that my whole life, and I still said South.
You know what they do? Who's the most northern team? Is it the Falcons that is in the South? Oh, Carolina. Go switch them up. Dallas and Carolina.
Yeah, but and the Carolinas have always been there.
They're the closest to New York. Give them there, and the Cowboys can go play with the Saints and the Tampa Bay.
Yeah, let's switch all this up. Let's write a letter to the NFL. Anyways, I take Arizona 5.5. I don't think they're going to have another bad week. I'm pretty sure that Dallas has sealed, if not very close to sealing that division. So
I like that pick too, because for some reason I think Arizona, just going into week 18, that division with the Rams, it's going to come down to that last game. San Francisco's still in it, but I like that pick because everybody's looking at Dallas as they could possibly be the number 1 seed in the NFC if the Packers lose. The Cardinals are not, they're in a slump. Injuries have not helped, but I think they're going to figure it out in this game.
Yeah, I hope so.
They were the number 1 seed forever. Like
they were 8, weren't they 8-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took that Kyler and then Hopkins, their 2 best offensive threats, and then James Conner kind of filled the hole nicely when Edmonds was out. But now that they all kind of came back at the same time, and it's going to take a little bit because they were all
out. Hopkins is out for the year, I believe.
Okay. Well, without Hopkins, they do have other good receivers. Like
they do.
Kirk is nice. They got the tight end homeboy from Philly, like that Zach Ballhurts.
Yeah, Ballhurts.
My ball sack hurts.
Ball sack hurts. But like my biggest thing is Arizona's going to figure it out and play ball like they had in the beginning of the year, and Dallas has lost to bad teams. I don't know. Dallas has lost to bad teams, and they just blew out the Washington football team, who I think is already digging a grave at this point. It's just they helped them.
All right. Well, enough said about that one. Let's go Detroit at Seattle. Seattle 7-point favorite, and you're taking it.
Yeah. If Seattle plays how, like, I'm not saying they're the best, but they have a chance to really get it going on offense. The defense steps up every once in a while. Not the greatest defense. Their pass coverage has been kind of nice as of late. And that's how Detroit has been kind of sneaking past a couple of teams, is they've been able to move the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to do that at Seattle. Seattle's a tough place to play to begin with. Even though their record's terrible, they're still going to have the fans being super loud. I feel confident with, even if it grows a little bit, 8.5, 9. I could imagine this being a 3-score
game. That's bold. Detroit's bad though.
Yeah, Swift is back, but that's not going to sway me.
Yeah, I wouldn't change my mind either. I think you're the right pick. Detroit's just kind of not, like, they've won some games that I really thought that they weren't. So just to cover 7 is possible in my mind.
Definitely is. But last time I said that about Detroit covering 14, they screwed me.
Oh yeah, they got rammed in the poontang.
I gotta beat it. I gotta get them back for that one. Just help me out financially.
All right, last one. We're both taking it. Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay, night game, Sunday night game. Green Bay 6.5-point favorites. I was actually surprised that you're taking Green Bay minus 6.5. For me, I normally take Green Bay as a favorite, and it's worked out for me. But you, on the other hand, tend to shy away from divisional matchups with the Green Bay Packers.
That I do. And that is exactly it, because Minnesota, what did I tell you last time they played? I was like, Minnesota's going to beat them. I've just had that weird feeling. But it doesn't happen twice in a row. Not when the number 1 seed in the NFC is up for stakes. I don't see Aaron Rodgers coming out and making this a close game. I think he's going to make it. They're going to win the game. I just hope it's more than a touchdown, because you, as a football player, even a quarterback, you don't want to play a game and then have the other team with the ball at the last chance and then they possibly win. You go up by more than 7, of course you control it, right?
Yeah. That's
how I feel like it's 0 degrees in Green Bay. Minnesota, they're from there, but they're a dome team now. So, I think the cold weather is going to affect a northern team a little bit. Green Bay's healthy, getting healthy, but.
What do you think about Aaron Rodgers making a retirement innuendo yesterday?
Same thing Favre did. Actually, that whole conversation gave me a little bit of hope that, hey, this guy might be coming back.
Okay.
That's just what I got from, like, he might be coming back to the Packers and not trying to sell himself to go somewhere else. But the retirement thing, it just, I don't know, watching him, listen to him talk for the last 14 years, like, it's in the back of his mind. He doesn't want to play until he's Tom Brady, but now he's getting to the point where every offseason he's going to take a look at it. And if it makes sense, he's going to do it.
That makes sense. He is older than we realized just because of how long he sat in the beginning of his career.
38, 2 years. He probably has 2 years left. He says he wants to go out on top.
Is he 38?
38.
And he has a baby, right?
No, he doesn't have no kids that we know of.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a kid. We got to mention this. Sorry. I'm going to put the picks up right now during this part. But we got to mention this real quick. Ben Roethlisberger announced his retirement, and this will be his last Monday night game ever.
When did he announce it?
I don't know. I saw it on whatever it's called, Shannon and Skip's thing this morning.
Oh, that might be a Rodgers target right there.
A Rodgers target?
Yeah, like going to the Steelers. You know how much he loves Tomlin?
Oh, really? Well, yeah. I mean, not that I was surprised that Ben Roethlisberger is retiring. I'm just kind of sad for him that he's going out on this note. This was the worst season I didn't imagine him having this bad of a football season ever.
He's probably got a bad line, but his wide receivers aren't that bad. That's the weird part. And I think that's what scares Aaron Rodgers. And that's why he probably said that. I don't want to look like that. I want to be remembered as, because now when you go back and you look at Roethlisberger, you're going to think, oh yeah, he was all right. Like, I've seen him make some stupid mistakes. That's your last impression.
Yeah.
So I don't think Rodgers wants that last impression to be, oh, I went 12.
Yeah, 14 definitely games. Not.
Crazy.
I mean, yeah, and no great in any sport wants that. I just think that I think Roethlisberger's mental and physical is just too tired to keep going at this point.
Yeah.
And as a huge Phillip Rivers fan, what he did last year in Indianapolis, like, to me, that was beautiful, even though it wasn't in the colors I wanted it to be in. Like, he came out and balled the fuck out and laid it all on there. And Big Ben didn't even look like he was willing to go the extra mile to try to make wins and go out with a bang. And that's why I think he's choosing to retire late in the season. I don't think this was planned. He's like, he doesn't have the juice in him anymore.
No, he looked tired when the season started. Just like defeated, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even when he does something great, he's not even happy about it.
He's just like, ugh.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll go back and get beat up again.
All right. Well, that's all I got for NFL. Do you want to say anything about NBA? We've already been going for like 35 minutes.
I mean, NBA is kind of tough right now. When football ends, I'll start focusing on it a little bit more. But
me too.
Teams are still losing. Like the Mavericks, even without Luka last night, they lost to the Kings. I thought they would have been all right. Little Isaiah Thomas is on the Mavericks. Watch out for that guy. Why did the Lakers
do that? He looked okay.
They did it last time to him too. I'm like, come on.
No, he wasn't a 10-day last time. He was actually signed to a year and they waived him.
That's messed up. The guy's good.
I think LeBron hates him. He did it to him in Cleveland. The next season he did it to Lakers, and then he didn't make a 10-day. The former runner-up for MVP.
He just wants a chance, and no one's giving it to him because he's short.
But he's not playing bad. He's helping teams win. Maybe he's just going to play on every team.
Yeah, maybe every team in the NBA and stack his house full of just jerseys of his name and different numbers.
I don't know, but speaking of the Lakers, did you watch what fucking Russell Westbrook did last night?
Was it 2 nights ago or last night?
That was last night. LeBron's making these threes, and LeBron makes a three to tie the game up. Okay, the last 2 minutes, LeBron makes three to tie the game up. Westbrook turns the ball over on the next possession.
Was that the one he threw at the backboard or the top or over? Or
yep.
Something?
And then the next time down, Memphis makes a 3. Okay, so they're up 3 now. LeBron step backs and hits another one.
Oh, they didn't give him.
Ties the game up. Okay. Defensive stop. It's a LeBron block that goes to Westbrook and he gets the ball. Westbrook has a clear lane to the basket. Can't decide if he's going to dunk or layup and just fucking fumbles it at the rim wide open. All right. Next possession, they go down. Memphis goes down. There's tie game. Makes the first free throw. They got fouled. Makes the first free throw, right?
Yeah.
Dude misses the second one, and Westbrook oversteps his own man, Stanley Johnson, who's going to get an easy secured rebound, oversteps him to try to stat stuff for his triple-double to get the rebound and hits the ball out of bounds. Memphis retains the ball, goes up by 4 with another 3. So he literally sabotaged the game.
To get his triple-double.
I don't know if he didn't get it. I don't think. He might have got one. But
it's funny that you mentioned the triple-double thing because did you hear what Charles Barkley said about him?
No.
He's not playing a game to win. He's playing a game to stat push. And he's trying to get the triple-doubles over getting a victory. That's all he cares.
But he already has the record, yo.
He wants more.
Oh, okay. Then why wouldn't you want to go to the damn freaking Houston Rockets?
Go to the Magic and do it.
Yeah, they would love that. They would welcome him with open arms. Like, dude, you at least sell tickets. You know what I'm saying?
He finally gets a giant fan base, though. Like, LA's fan base is a lot bigger than most. So.
No, but Laker fans are like Yankees fans of basketball. If you
don't jump off, they'll jump.
Yeah, remember how much we hated Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
It took a lot. That guy had to sell a testicle to get us to endorse him back.
Those aren't cheap.
No, and his are big.
Not anymore.
But what I'm saying is like if that was his intention, then he should have been more willing to play the game that we want to play, which is the ring chasing, not the stat chasing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see the fit. Like, I think everybody outside of the Lakers fan base kind of saw like what Westbrook needs the ball in his hands. So does LeBron. How is this actually going to work? Because it didn't work with him in Houston with Harden.
Yeah.
He needed the ball in his hand, and instead he's a 2 guard, a shooting. What? No, that's not his game.
Yeah, that was weird.
90% of the time he needs the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a good fit anymore. I kind of didn't question it as much as I should have when it first happened because I've seen this happen where the Lakers get a star and people are like, how is this gonna mesh? And it works out.
Yeah, it eventually does because everybody has a role.
Yeah, and this time I think it's just too. It sucks because Carmelo fits in. Ariza, when he was healthy, fit in for the 3 games he was. Dwight, DeAndre, he just might suck now. And then AD has an attitude problem, but he's a good player. And besides, what I'm saying is that without Westbrook, this team is winning 75% of their games.
Yeah. So yes, LeBron is literally the point guard on the team.
Dude, so he's the oldest player to score this much points in this last 5 games. Today's his birthday.
And he still lost 5 out of 7, last 7 or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They won that game last night, up by 12 with 5 minutes left, and then fucking Russell Westbrook just starts fucking making it rain off the backboard, dude.
You guys will be able to trade him here in a couple of weeks. I don't know that anybody's gonna really want him, but
it's gonna have to be a dump. It's gonna have to be somebody with a lot of salary, or maybe we'll get Luol Deng back. Somebody that's way overpaid, and we'll just bench him.
Go get John Wall. The Rockets aren't going to play him.
Oh, is he $19 million a year though?
Probably.
Okay.
He's still in that big old.
Oh no, I think Westbrook's like 32. I think it was all backloaded.
Jesus Christ. He's just going to get paid $80 million to turn the ball over.
But why not just bench the dude? Why does it matter? He's on the last year of that deal anyways.
Yeah, why do you even play a guy for his contract? He should be able to see what's going on, at least as a coach. You see what's going on and be like, hey, this is
Well,
meshing.
we don't have Frank Vogel right now either.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Oh well. All right, man. Well,
Kyrie Irving?
Oh, gonna only play away games. I can't believe he won that fight.
Dude, but the crazy thing is he's allowed to, they said he's allowed to practice.
Yeah, he practiced.
But he can't play in the game.
So it's the gathering. It's the gathering.
I was gonna say, because my mindset, I'm like, yo, he's not making out with fans.
Maybe he is.
It could be. I mean, ooh, that'd be weird. Just goes over and gives everybody a smooch right before.
I didn't ever read the comments that he made about the vaccine until today. Did you? He claimed that there's a chance that you will have a third eyeball.
He is a Earth flat kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a flat earther.
But you know, those are a special breed.
Yeah, the third eyeball thing's a little weird.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I've had worse things injected into my body, and so far I'm just getting uglier and not growing anything crazy.
Nope, I don't have a third eyeball. But anyways, I'm glad that Kyrie's going to be back for a little bit. I'm not glad that he won that battle, because I like when there's compromise between owners, leagues, and players, and not when the player just wins. And in basketball, the player usually wins now, probably since Adam Silver happened. And it's odd to me because of Brooklyn's in first place in the East, right? Like by 3 games or something like that. So,
but it's not the NBA is cool with him not getting vaccinated. They don't like it, but
no. I know. I'm just saying overall, Adam Silver as the league representative has been more player accommodating than David Stern was.
He's great, fan accommodating everybody except for probably the owners.
Yeah, exactly. So it was Brooklyn's choice to call Kyrie and say, come back on your own terms.
When they got hit with a couple COVIDs, they were like, hey,
come back and give us more COVID. But the thing, what was odd to me is that they don't really look like they need him at this moment. And so it's interesting that they would flat out give him the compromise. Like maybe like make him do tests or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me that he can't play at home, but it's a city thing, right? And it's going to be weird because you're going to get him for 1 game when you go on the road, and then you're going to come back and he's going to be sitting at home watching the game on TV.
Yeah, so, I mean, I want that job.
Yeah, you tell me I get paid the same full salary and I only got to play half the time.
I don't think he's getting paid the time that he's not there, right?
I think
he wasn't getting paid until he came back to report it.
Okay. So yeah, maybe it's per game that they're.
I'm not sure. They've come to some weird agreement, I'm sure, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still a cap hit either way. It's just not that they might just not have to pay him.
Yeah, probably. No, it's definitely still a cap hit. I don't know. It's come playoff time, Game 7 in Brooklyn. What's gonna happen?
He gonna get vaccinated that day.
Yeah,
and be
then
sick
he's
as
vaccinated. Because he did this shit before where he needed to go. What was he doing? He needed to go help. He needed to take his mental health and go help people. So he's taking games off. And I can't remember the reason why he was taking the games off. But then he did it again and then again. And you were like, he seems like he's almost playing a.
Wasn't that 2 years ago when Kobe Bryant passed, when he started to go into the mental health?
Yeah, he started doing that with Kobe. Black Lives Matter, I think he was. Did he do that one too, where he needed to go help his community, or
I'm not sure. I kind of stopped following the guy a while ago just because I think that I forgot who it was, but one of the analysts made this great point. It's like he stands up for all these movements, whether it's pro equality, pro whatever, and he has the platform because of his basketball skill and his financial, right?
Right.
So if he doesn't participate and play the game, where does that do for his platform? He cannot make as big of a
platform. Exactly. So why you can do both?
You look at LeBron, dude. He did it.
Yeah.
LeBron's literally argued with the president of the United States.
Look at freaking Colin Kaepernick, right? When he left, people were like, "What the fuck happened?" No, you don't hear from him anymore. That is the big difference. You're in front of the cameras, or nobody knows what
people know your name. It's a lot easier for them to want to listen to what you got to say.
Yep, it's crazy. So I don't know. You think that he would have learned from a couple
especially when he's got the kind of roster that's going to take him to the finals. You know how many people watch that? If almost as many as the Super Bowl watch Game 7s of NBA finals.
But the thing with him though is I half believe that he doesn't care about basketball as much anymore.
Maybe that's true.
You know,
all right, man. We're kind of just rambling on about COVID and shit.
Yeah, cool.
Not exactly what I do. All right. Well, I'll catch you later, man.
Yo.
Peace.
See ya.